him. Hi, I'm Ethan Kwan, and today I'm going to be showing you an intro to entropy. Oops, that's a very not straight line, isn't it? Okay, that's not a straight line either. Okay, so what is entropy? Well, entropy is defined by disorder. So disorder of something, of object. Okay, so given this definition of entropy, I want you to look at these two rooms, this room and this room, and see which one has more entropy. And then I want to look at the sun and the moon, and which one has more entropy. Okay, so first look at the rooms, and then look at the sun and moon, given this definition of disorder. Okay, I'm assuming you had a go at it. Which one has more entropy, this room or this room? Well, most of you might say, if you look at this room, it's very tidy, it's very organized, and this one is like a complete mess. Right? This is a bedroom. This is not my bedroom. Just saying. Okay, so which one has more entropy? Well, given this definition, you might first want to instinctively say, well, this one has more entropy. More. Less. And I'm going to have to say to you that you might be wrong. I'll explain in a little bit. Okay. So, a better definition for entropy is, well, let's say you have a box. Let's say you have a box. Maybe that big. And let's say that you have a bunch of objects inside. Let's say you have 4 objects inside. Let's say you have a yellow ball, a green ball. That's not a ball. A green ball, a orange ball, and a pink ball. Or that's more purple ball, but whatever. Let's say you have these 4 balls. Well, that's one state it could be in, but let's say so that's one state. But it could have more states. For example, if we just rotate this 90 degrees, oops, if we just rotate that 90 degrees and put it up here, well, that's another state of all these balls. And you can keep doing this. You can copy this, and here's another state. So there are a bunch of ways, or a bunch of different states this could be in. Actually, there are exactly 24 states if you, 24 states. Right? Because if it can only be in one of these 4 positions, it's 4 factorial, which is equal to 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, which is equal to 24. Now, this is not that kind of information. If you really want that information, look it up, or maybe I'll do a video on it sometime soon. Okay, so there are 24 states. This is not related to it, though, so I'm going to get rid of all this. Okay, but let's say you have a much bigger room. maybe that big. Okay? And let's say you have a bunch of balls in it. For example, let's say you have a green ball. Actually, let's say you have 2 green balls, a yellow ball, a pink ball. Ooh, this is fun. And let's say you have, I don't know, a black ball, and maybe a red ball, or that's brown ball. And let's say you have a red ball. There we go. Okay, so now you have a bunch of balls in a bunch of states, and it's gonna be really hard to figure out how many states this has, because it has a lot more space to move around, and these balls are all bouncing around, right? Let's say all of them are going in different directions and spinning, and, well, I didn't include spinning, but they are all moving in different directions. It's really hard to predict where it's going to go next. So, well, it's pretty easy, but if you have a bunch of particles, it's really hard. So let's say you had 4 particles in this box, and let's say you had, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 particles in this box. Actually, 2 particles are the same, but I'm going to consider them different. So we have 7 particles in here, and they have a lot more space to move around. So we're going to say that this box here has more entropy. More entropy. And while this box has less entropy. Okay, so that is a great definition of what entropy is. And that's the definition a lot of people use. Okay, so maybe this room is bigger. And maybe this room is smaller. So that means that this room will have more particles, and this room will have less particles. So that means this room might have more, and this room might have less. Now, let's look at the moon and the sun. Which one has more entropy? Well, let's look at the moon. The moon has a few trillion particles in it, but the moon is pretty small, and smaller than Earth, that's for sure. And it's not that hot, so the particles aren't jiggling around that much. In fact, it's really cold. But the sun has a few billion, trillion particles. That's a lot. Maybe a sextillion particles. I don't know. I'm just making these numbers up. Am I? Anyway, so the sun has more particles than the moon. A lot more, because these are not to scale. And they're really jiggling around a lot. So that means that they're harder to predict, and it's bigger as well. It's much bigger. So there are more particles. So which one has more entropy? Well, I would say the sun. More and less. Yeah, I know my handwriting's super bad. Yeah. Yeah, that's my handwriting. Nah, it's more like this. Yeah. Anyway. That was my best attempt at an A. So that is the introduction to entropy explained. Thank you for watching. I greatly appreciate that you are watching this channel. It's awesome. Thank you for watching. And as always, see you at howtojustsolution.com, and see you next time. Bye.